once the boss made it, you're labeled amazing.
Autumn has arrived in the Mid-Atlantic region of the U.S., and it is a glorious afternoon at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Two hard-hitting blue-collar franchises, one of the better rivalries going. The Ravens and Steelers are underway. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Carry of the game for Jalen Samuels. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. Shotgun handoff to Samuels. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
So that'll back them up 5. Manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Here's more on the return. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Ravens will take over.
1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at about the 32. He fakes the give here and looks to throw. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Give them 32 on the play.
6-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
From the ball carrier.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 4 yards the pickup. 1st down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Back at the 27.
Hey, we often talk about defensive ends setting the edge, sometimes even the outside linebackers. But how about here? This is a cornerback essentially setting the edge and finishing off that play for a loss.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Looking for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro safety, Minkah Fitzpatrick. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Roethlisberger quickly to the flat. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch, but still, no yardage. Okay.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Setting up the screen, this is Samuels. And they will rally and stop him short of the 1st down. They get him to the ground at the 26. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. Jackson on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jackson. They go screen. This is Ingram. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
Here's Snead as they run the jet sweep. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Well, we've talked about it before. You know, this jet sweep, something a lot of teams like to run nowadays, and this one winds up in the end zone.
And it is all about creating different ways to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. And wasn't it interesting that prior to this game, head coach told us, I saw this sitting in my chair watching a Tuesday night college game and decided to implement it myself.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
To James Washington. It's a gain of 8, and it brings up 3rd down.
He'll try and run forward with Conner. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
It's a gain of 6.
A good carry and a first down by James Conner, and this Pittsburgh team is really hoping he's back in form because last year the entire Pittsburgh offense suffered without Ben Roethlisberger at quarterback. James Conner only 715 combined yards, but in 2018, he was a Pro Bowl running back. Combined yardage that year, 1,470. They're hoping for 2018 James Conner in 2020.
Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively.
A gain of 4.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
At the 43-yard line.
Now Ben going to give this one to Conner. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
With the score, Ravens 7, Steelers nothing.
The Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
A 28-yard.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. After the interception, here's Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the 27-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Ingram. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2.
gains yardage here back at the 23-yard line. The defense stiffens to force fourth down following that first down gain of 8.
It's fourth down.
So on fourth down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Johnson on the return. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Steelers will go on offense here, first and 10.
First and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Connor on the toss, left side. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48.
Patrick Queen on the toss.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Schuster.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, again to Connor. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The tackle made by L.J. Ford.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. Got an open man, it's Washington. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 21. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
On the play. First down, Steelers.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
On 2nd and 11 now. Roethlisberger. And his throw's going to be incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, but now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now it's Roethlisberger. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Roethlisberger. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the rookie linebacker, Patrick Queen. He's at the 50, the 30, past the 20, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Ravens 14, Steelers nothing. Justin Tucker.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
From the gun on third down, it's Roethlisberger. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 48-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown. And the final seconds of the first half, and the Ravens will extend their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 21-0.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. Taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
The kickoff for Pittsburgh.
The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Bring it!
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Ingram again. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
24-yard line.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. He's got a man. And complete. A big play. Smith-Schuster on the throw from Big Ben. And even 50 yards.
50 yards.
Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
On first down, it's Connor. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll run here with Connor. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
Brought down at the 15-yard line.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Pernell McPhee, always a threat to find the QB, and he gets to him there.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Well, on for the field goal. A 37-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Chris Moore returning it. And able to get this out to the 25.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 34-yard line.
And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground and how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
From the ball carrier.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Again, they'll run with Ingram. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
Stephen Nelson.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. This one from 46 yards out. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's 24-3. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Here's Roethlisberger. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
He's taken down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. There's Roethlisberger. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down. Jackson from the shotgun. Flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. And all the way down to the 9. the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Well, Lamar Jackson, I mean, he is just a ticking time bomb when he has got the football in his hands, and he explodes, Charles, for a big one there.
So there was the boom, huh? Because that's exactly what happened, right? And you can be in the right spot against him and not necessarily make the play. His talent is so good, and his ability to shift and move on a dime, oh, he is so impressive. Even when you play it right, he can make you wrong.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Here's Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it looks like Steeler football. It is.
Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you, all right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter.
And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down. Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Third down, and they're going to try the jet sweep. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
All
right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll run for it with Connor. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
2 yards on the play. First down, Pittsburgh.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Roethlisberger to throw. And Big Ben intercepted a third time. It's the rookie linebacker, Patrick Queen. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So call off the pick six.
Everything looked right. It looked like it was in their favor. Returned it for a touchdown, as you just described. But instead, the penalty for interference nullifies everything.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger going for the deep ball. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
The intended receiver there, the rookie Chase Claypool.
And that'll bring up second down.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
I don't want to seem absurd, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me, we're from Tel Aviv. Barbados with the hustle pockets, LIDs. Distinctive destinations, all I want to see.
So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10. Now Roethlisberger. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted a 3rd of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. This is Johnson. He's got it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable 4th quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery.
They'll try to run some clock with Ingram. And he'll be pulled down, and now a late flag will come with it. And that's in the area of a face mask, I think. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Ingram, and he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
Been tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. The loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
2nd down and 12 at the 19-yard line. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end, McDonald.
Roethlisberger's
now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game.
First down, Steelers.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Juju Smith-Schuster.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Again, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll try and throw for it with Roethlisberger. And it is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here.
Today's final score.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And this was about as close to a shutout as you could get. I mean, barring a game where you only allow a safety, but this was the next best thing. Just the field goal, that's all they gave up.
Yeah, and you know something, they're going to be disappointed because they gave up the field goal. But deep inside, somewhat satisfied as well because you know how hard it is to keep people from scoring in this league. And the idea that you just gave up 3, yeah, your coaches will get on you. They'll say, we should have had the shutout. But they also will be pretty satisfied with that type of a performance.